does not pay for food stamps. The federal government does. The state's the one that hands it out. Okay? So, and people don't seem to understand that. They get grants. It's all in the Farm Bill and things like that. It comes because the federal government gives the money to the states in the Farm Bill because it's agriculture. It's under the food. So people just don't even know what the heck they're talking about. Because they run their mouths. And you have to look into it. You have to investigate. You have to find out. And I'll tell you how to shut somebody up. You just ask them if they voted. Have you ever voted? No. Shut up. Because, see, they don't know what they're talking about. They're not voting. They're not being a part of the solution. They're being part of the problem.
Right.
Is all they're doing. They just want to complain. That's all people do. Good example. We're all raising money to help kids that don't have any school supplies in school. School supplies are expensive. The average teacher spends $500 a year for their classroom on school supplies that the state doesn't pay for. Okay? So we try to come in as an aid. And we try to help that. And we try to, you know, and there are so many organizations out there that do so much. And a lot of them are lazy. And it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be pointing fingers here, but here you got an organization that wants to help people. And you've got people involved, and they're more worried about what's going on with that than they are worried about bigger issues. And I'll give, for example, you know, we would go door to door and sell coloring books for $3.
Right.
Okay? Well, first of all, if you go into a store and you buy the kind of coloring books that we're selling, they're $4. They're $3.98. There is no doubt about that.
Right.
Okay? And we get them for $1. So we make $2 on those. Okay, so it's obvious the store probably gets them cheaper than $1, and they sell them for $4. So you can see how much money they're making. But nobody goes to the store and says, well, what are you doing with this money? Okay?
Right.
So we go out, and we sell these coloring books. So we're selling them. So when you buy a coloring book, transaction's done. What we do with the profits is our business. But we give it to the school. So now you got people that are concerned, well, where's that money going to? Well, it ain't much anyways. You know how many coloring books you got to sell to make any money? You know, and you got gas, and you got wear and tear on your vehicle, and you got everything else. But it's awareness that we're out there telling people. And that's why nobody does it. Because they don't want it. They want the lazy way. But nobody questions a store, like, for example, a Salvation Army, when they give their stuff. 100% of that profit goes to the Salvation Army. That pays for their employees, that pays for their overhead, that pays for their operating expenses, whatever they have.
Right.
Okay, so how are they helping people? Well, you go in and you get they have food banks. Okay, that's great. All food is donated by local stores in the area. So again, how are they helping people with that money? You know, well, they might give somebody once a year a clothing voucher where they can go over and get $15 worth of clothes or something that they got for free in the first place. Okay? But see, nobody questions this stuff. Okay? They're more worried about the guy on the street that's selling a coloring book for $3, okay, and he's giving $2 of it to the school. You know? And this is a problem with society today. Okay, this is the problem with society. People are really ignorant when it comes to this. Goodwill, big example. Okay, they do nothing for nobody. People give them stuff, they sell it, and they keep the money. Yet they're a nonprofit. Oh, excuse me, they hire people that are handicapped. Well, you know, I got to tell you, there's a lot of other companies that hire people for handicap, and nobody gives them anything. So, you know, these are things that go on in society every day. And, you know, we can get into a couple other big organizations, and you know what I'm talking about, that are scams, that don't do nothing for nobody, and they claim everything, but they do nothing. You know, but see, the reality of it is it's up to the individual to decide whether or not they want to donate.
Yeah.
There really isn't any education out there. It's up to the organization to educate the public, to explain this is what we're doing. And here's my point, okay? Instead of calling the school and complaining because we're raising money for school supplies, but we're not part of the school anyways, But instead of calling the school and complaining or whatever, call us. Talk to us. We pass out pamphlets and stuff like that, but people call the school and all this other stuff. And, and it's all fine and dandy, but the problem with society is the people that are complaining and bitching aren't the ones that are giving any money.
Yeah.
They're not going to give any money. They're not going to help society. They just want to hinder. And those are the people that you got to deal with. So, and that's part of society today. And that's getting back to the grassroots of people, that Big Brother's too far up their butt. Well, people have allowed that, okay? People have allowed that. A cop pulls you over in their nasty, rotten person. Well, then maybe you should have filed a complaint years ago, but see, the problem is cops have gotten nasty, and it's become just a normal thing, and where people are just, it's desensitizing people.
Right.
Mark, if you saw a tank drive down your street right now, you'd be astounded, wouldn't you?
I'd be shocked.
But see, if they drove a tank down your street every day and they got tanks and military equipment and, you see these cops, they solely change their uniforms to where they had bulletproof vests. Well, they were under the shirt, Well, now they're over the shirt. And, and they got, it's just, they solely change their uniforms to military uniforms. They want to desensitize you to that, okay?
Yeah, I noticed that.
If that holds you over for being on a cell phone, well, do you know how many distractions are in a police car?
Yeah, I know.
But yet they got thousands of distractions that are in a police car.
Yeah, they do. They got a laptop.
Yeah. They got a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
They got a cell phone. They got all that stuff.
Yep.
But yet they pull you over and give you a ticket. That's a
radios. Yep. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. I know they got a laptop, they got a CV, they got radio, they have the pager, they have also as the dispatch line, they have their emergency line too as well. So yeah, they have a lot and lots of distractions. They really do. It's amazing how much distractions they do have.
Now, my dad was a cop for 30 years. My brother was in law enforcement. I was in law enforcement. I never saw a goddamn radio in a car.
Right.
Okay? I never saw a car radio, AM, FM radio in there.
Right.
So if you wanted a radio, you had to get a little pocket size, and back 20 years ago, they had a little antenna on them.
Right.
And, and you set that there, but it was a distraction.
Right.
Okay? You weren't allowed to have that. Now the cars, they got all that stuff in there.
Well, yeah,
they got videos of cops with music going on, and they're singing songs down the road, and people think it's funny. Well, I don't think it's funny. Do that on your own time.
Yeah.
And it amazes me to where, when you see all these videos and there's 30, 40 cops around, police departments, especially like Dearborn, where my dad was a cop, it's jurisdictions in areas because they divided it up.
Right.
And everybody had their own section.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see 30 cops arrive, they're bored. They got nothing better to do.
Right.
And they're pulling cars all the way from the other end of town.
I know.
So if there was a bank robbery or something, you got all these cops on the other end of town. So basically, jaywalk on one side of the end of the town, and then your buddies go rob a bank on the other side.
Yeah.
See, this creates a problem because they're supposed to stay in their jurisdiction, in their area, so that if there's a call, they handle that.
Right.
And then if they're busy, then they send another car from another area over to take care of it. Well, let me tell you how Detroit works. Detroit is so bad at crime that when a cop car pulls up, your backup is in that car. 4 guys get out of that car. Okay?
Unbelievable.
That's the way it is with that.
That's crazy. That's the most.
Absolutely.
That's the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's the most crazy thing I've heard in my life. That's incredible.
There's your backup right there. All 4 cops get out of that car.
So, what they do to the rest of the guy then? There's no room for the guy to tie him down the back bumper then, or front bumper, tie him down because we got 4 cars. We got 5 officers in the car. How do they get the guy in the jail then?
Well, that's like New York. They call a paddy wagon. They get a car out that comes and picks them up.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's really nice.